Morning students. Now we'll go for the second half of your module 4, which is nothing but your A to D and D to A converters. So under this topic we are going to see the basics of A to D and D to A converters. Here your basic DAC techniques, that is your digital to analog conversion techniques there. So here to the digital to analog converter, the input is going to be a binary word D and it is going to be combined with the reference voltage VR to give an analog output voltage VA. So here the output of the DAC can be either a voltage or it can be a current. So here in this case, for a voltage output DAC, the D to A converter is going to be mathematically described as V0 is equivalent to K into VFS into D1 2 power minus 1 plus D2 2 power minus 2 plus D3 2 power minus 3 plus till your Dn 2 power minus n, where V0 is going to be the output analog voltage, K is going to be the scaling factor which is going to be usually adjusted to unity, and VFS denotes that is the full scale output voltage, and D1, D2, D3 till Dn is going to be the n bit binary word, binary fractional word, and 2 power minus 1, 2 power minus 2 are nothing but the weights of the binary words. D1 is going to be the MSB bit with a weight of 1 by 2, that is VFS by 2, and Dn is going to be the LSB bit with a weight of VFS by 2 power n. So here we are going to see the performance parameters of DAC. First parameter we are going to define is resolution. So here resolution is going to be defined as the number of analog output voltage levels that is can be provided by your DAC there. So suppose I am going to have an n bit DAC, what are going to be the analog output voltage levels I can have? So a resolution can be given as 2 power n. So suppose if it is a 3 bit DAC, I can have 2 power 3 is nothing but 8. The resolution is going to be 8. Or it can be, the resolution can be defined as the ratio of the change in output voltage resulting for a change in one LSB of the digital input there. So here in this case your resolution is going to be the value of the LSB bit. So the resolution in volts is equivalent to your output voltage, full scale output voltage divided by 2 power n minus 1. That is nothing but the one LSB increment value which you are going to have in the output voltage, where n is the number of input bits and VOFS is nothing but the full scale output voltage. So here the resolution for an 8-bit, we will take an example and explain here. Your resolution for an 8-bit DAC is nothing but, your 8-bit DAC means it is going to be an 8-bit resolution, and here you can have the resolution to be 0.392, that is 1 by 2 power n minus 1. So n is going to be 8. So 2 power 8 is going to be 256 minus 1 is going to be 255. That means for one LSB change in your digital input, your output is going to be changed by 1 by 255. So 1 by 255 is nothing but 0.392 volts, or in terms of millivolts it is going to be 39.2 millivolts. Or we can define a resolution of 1 part in 255. So the resolution we can define in any different ways there. So here we have a table which shows the resolution for 6 to 16 bits. If I am going to have 6 bits, the number of intervals are going to be 2 power n minus 1. So it is 63. Then in that case the LSB size is going to be 1 by 63 is 1.588. So here in this case LSB size, that is the percentage of full scale. So the LSB size in volts it is going to be your 158.8 millivolts. So similarly for 8 it is going to be 39.2 millivolts. 10 it is going to be 2 power 10 is 1024 minus 1 is 1023. So 1 by 1023 is nothing but 0.0978 volts. If I am going to convert it into millivolts, it is going to be 9.78 millivolts. So here for 16 bit it is going to be 65,535. That means LSB size is 0.0015 and your LSB size is going to be 0.15 millivolts. So the next parameter what we are going to define is accuracy. So here we are going to define the absolute accuracy. So absolute accuracy is nothing but the maximum deviation that is going to be between the actual converter output and the ideal converter output there. So here the ideal converter is the one which is not having any problem there. It does not suffer from any problem. So here your actual converter output is going to deviate because of the drift in the component values or mismatch in the component values, or because of the aging factor, the noise and other sources of the error. The actual converter output is going to deviate from the ideal converter output there. So we can define in terms of relative accuracy. So relative accuracy is nothing but the maximum deviation after the gain and the offset errors have been removed. So absolute accuracy is nothing but the maximum deviation between the actual converter output and the ideal converter output. But relative accuracy is nothing but the maximum deviation after the gain and offset errors have been removed. So accuracy is also going to be given in terms of the LSB increments or a percentage of full scale voltage. So here your data sheet is going to be, normally the data sheet of your digital to analog converter is going to specify the relative accuracy rather than your absolute accuracy there. So here in this case the accuracy is going to be expressed in terms of percentage. So here the accuracy of the DAC, that should be at first plus or minus half of its LSB there. If the full scale voltage, output voltage is going to be 10.2, then for an 8-bit DAC, accuracy is going to be given as the full scale output voltage by 2 power n minus 1 into 2. So here a full scale voltage is nothing but 10.2. Your 8-bit DAC, it is, the resolution is going to be 2 power n minus 1, that is 2 power 8 is 256, minus 1 is going to be 255 into 2. So that value is going to be 20 millivolts. Next is conversion time. So conversion time is nothing but the time taken for the D2A converter to produce the analog output for a given binary input signal. So that means that this conversion time is going to depend upon the response time of the switches and the output of the amplifier there. So the D2A converter can be speed can be defined by this conversion time parameter there. So it is also called as the settling time. Next is monotonicity. Monotonicity is nothing but a digital to analog converter is said to be monotonic if the analog output is going to increase for an increase in your digital input there. So here in this case, where we'll find this application is the monotonic characteristics is going to be essential in control applications. Otherwise, it is going to lead to oscillations there. If we say that the DAC is to be monotonic, then the error should be less than plus or minus half LSB, that is at each output level. So hence all the D2A converters are going to be designed such that the linearity error satisfies the above condition there. When a D2A converter is not going to satisfy the condition described above, then the output voltage may decrease for an increase in the binary input. So next is stability. So stability is nothing but the ability of the DAC to produce a stable output at all the time is going to be called as stability. So the performance of a converter is going to change with drift in temperature, aging and power supply variations there. So all the parameters such as your offset, gain, linearity error, monotonicity may change from the value specified in the data sheet. So temperature sensitivity is going to define the stability of the D2A converter. And the next parameter is going to be a linearity. So linearity is nothing but the linearity error is the maximum deviation in step size from the ideal step size there. So some D2A converters are going to have a linearity error as low as 0.001% of the full scale. So the linearity of D2A converter is defined as the precision or exactness with which your digital input is going to be converted into an analog output there. So any D2A converter is going to produce equal increments or step sizes at the output for every change in increments at the binary input there. So these are the performance parameters of your D2A converters.